Hey, it's Father Eric, and I just wanted to give a brief update on our capital campaign process. We've had a few of our cottage meetings. We had our forum with our consultant Maurice on October 19th, and he outlined the process. And I just want to kind of review that we are in phase one, that's the discernment phase. And then if we go forward, there's two others. As we've gotten some feedback from people informally and also at the cottage meetings, there are a couple common threads that have come up, and I just wanted to talk about those. One is this idea that this is already a done deal, that the vestry's already decided on this. And I want to tell you, this is not a done deal. We are taking this discernment phase very seriously. We will only go forward with an actual capital campaign if after we have these cottage meetings, the vestry feels we have enough support. That's one concern. You know, often we get this, I don't know, in just our public life now, I think we've all become very cynical. Like, okay, what's the real story? You say you're not going to do it, but you're going to do it anyway. Please hear me when I say we are in real discernment about this. The vestry thinks it's worth pursuing this discernment. And obviously we know there's lots of issues that will have to be dealt with as far as our building, but we haven't decided yet. So please take that as our very honest, sincere statement. What we want to hear from is your thoughts about that. The second concern was over the brochure and a bit of sticker shock. You want how much money? The brochure, just to be clear, includes everything we could possibly think of. With the advice of our consultant, we just threw everything in there. You know, sometimes when you're doing your own financial plan, they say have your needs, your wants, and your wishes. Well, the brochure includes all of it. It includes what we believe are our needs, the best list that the property committee can come up with. And it's not just things that have to be done right away. It's a few of the projects we've just finished, like the parking lot, like the heat exchange unit that's replacing our boiler, and things like that. We've done a bunch over the last year, and they put that in there. We also put into the brochure all of the things we can imagine needing to do over the next 10 years. So some of those may change, some may, might be new things that come up. There might be a few that get eliminated because we can do the work ourselves, but we just tried to incorporate everything we could think of that is a need and a want in that brochure. So there's really four things that go into that brochure. There's the recently completed projects, plus all those projects we anticipate over the next 10 years. Plus, we'd love to eliminate the remaining mortgage on our building and the roof loan from our other roof that we did. So we put that in there too. It'd be great if we could raise enough money to wipe out the mortgage and the loan. That would free up money in our budget for other things that we actually want to do, ministry, outreach, education, things like that. And then finally, and I think the most confusing part was money that could go into the Heritage Fund. So let's spend just a second. What is the Heritage Fund? The Heritage Fund is an endowment fund that was actually set up at St. Philip's 23 years ago in 2002. And the purpose was to create over time a more stable and secure financial resource for us. We expect that the vast majority of money that will go into the Heritage Fund is like the money that's in there now. It's money that's been left in people's wills. So we'll talk about that in another time, but we encourage everyone to put the church in their will, to remember the church in your legacy plans, and that's where most of the funding for the Heritage Fund is going to come. But we threw some in there in case we really met all of our needs and wants in the capital campaign. Any extra money would go into the endowment fund for the long-term health, especially of our building. So that's why that's in there. So it may be confusing. You may look at that and go, $1 million? Why $1 million? Well, those are all the needs, all the wants, all the wishes, extra for the Heritage Fund. Do we expect that we'll get all that? I'll be honest, not really. Maybe. Wouldn't it be great? But just be aware that, to be absolutely clear, we have not decided yet to go forward with the actual capital campaign. We are in discernment. Please come to one of the remaining cottage meetings and let us know what you think about all these different things, about the projects we've done, projects that are upcoming, things that you notice that you'd love to see. The remaining dates for that are Monday, November 10th at 7 p.m., Tuesday, November 11th at 7 p.m. on Zoom, and then one last one on Sunday, November 16th after the 10 o'clock service. I really hope you'll come to one of those and let us know what you think about this. I'm also very happy to answer questions. I know the property committee is Bill Wagner, our junior warden, and Deb Riffior, our senior warden. All of us are happy to answer questions. Grab us on a Sunday or make an appointment, come talk to us. We would love to know what you think about how to solve some of these problems that we see coming up over the next several years. So anyway, thanks so much for your generous support of St. Philip's. Thanks for your annual pledges. It's pledge season 2. And thank you for all the ways that through your faithful and active ministry, you make this such a vibrant and wonderful community of faith. And thanks finally for helping us discern the best path forward for the long-term health of our beloved parish. God bless. We'll see you soon.